Hello, everybody, and welcome to the ET Considers Everything podcast for Wednesday, December 7th, 2016. Today is the 75th anniversary of the Pearl Harbor attacks from the Japanese on the American soldiers that served during World War II. We'd like to take this time to appreciate all the soldiers that were involved in Pearl Harbor and would like to thank them for all their sacrifices and for those that lost their lives that day and for those families. We salute you and we thank you very much for always doing everything you can to make sure our country is protected in every single way possible. We love you all and God bless you all. Now let's get going with the podcast, everybody. First off, let's talk about the MLB Winter Meetings that are taking place just outside of Baltimore, Maryland this week. Chris Sale has been traded from the Chicago White Sox to the Boston Red Sox in exchange for outfielder Yoan Moncada and three other prospects. This is a big deal for the Boston Red Sox. They really needed another starting pitcher to add to their rotation, and it's a great move by the Boston Red Sox. It was looking earlier this week that the Washington Nationals would be the team to land Chris Sale, but yesterday the Boston Red Sox decided to stand in and trade three of their top prospects along with outfielder Yoan Moncada to the Chicago White Sox in exchange for Chris Sale. Also yesterday we had Mitch Moreland signed a 1-year, $14 million contract with the Boston Red Sox. Another big bat for their lineup with the retirement of David Ortiz. Mitch Moreland will step up big in that DH and first base role. So, two good moves yesterday by the Boston Red Sox. The MLB Winter Meetings continue today and tomorrow from National Harbor, Maryland, just outside of Baltimore. So, we'll see if any other trades will happen throughout the next 48 hours. Sources close to the situation are continuing to say that Bryce Harper will try to sign a new contract next season with the New York Yankees. The terms of that contract would be a 10-year, $400 million contract, making him the highest paid athlete in the history of Major League Baseball. NFL news to report on. The Indianapolis Colts defeated the New York Jets 41-10 on Monday Night Football a couple of nights ago. This was the Colts' biggest win of the season. They are now 6-6 and tied for the AFC South lead, along with the Houston Texans and Tennessee Titans, who are also both 6-6 on the season. On Sunday, the Green Bay Packers defeated the Houston Texans 21-7. They moved to 6-6 and just one game behind Tampa Bay for the sixth wild card spot, and two games out of the division-leading Detroit Lions, who defeated the New Orleans Saints 25-13 on Sunday afternoon at the Superdome in New Orleans. So a big-time weekend of NFL action there, not only in the AFC South, but in the NFC North as well. The biggest win of the weekend was Baltimore defeating Miami 38-6. That was the biggest margin of points. I really didn't expect that to happen. I thought Miami would come in there and give Baltimore a better game, but Joe Flacco was really on his game. He had a career high in passing yards, having nearly 400 yards passing and 4 touchdowns in that contest against the Miami Dolphins. So congratulations to all those teams on a great weekend, especially Baltimore, Green Bay, and Indianapolis for their performances. NBA news to report on. LeBron James has definitely been one of the best players of the NBA this season. His team has been struggling, though. They lost 3 straight games on 3 nights last week for the first time in, I believe, 3 years. So that's a big-time result there for the Cleveland Cavaliers and their fan base. But they responded back with a victory on Monday night against the Toronto Raptors. They defeated them 106-102. So they're getting back on the right track, and they should be back in the playoffs, no doubt about it, this year with LeBron James and trying to capitalize on their second straight NBA championship. NHL news to report on. The Colorado Avalanche had a game last night against the Nashville Predators. The Nashville Predators had a sticker program going on to support all those that were involved in the Gatlinburg Wildfires and took up donations. They sold stickers for $5 a piece, and they donated it to the Gatlinburg Wildfire Foundation and all those foundations involved helping to contain the wildfires. They've had countless supplies moved in there to help with the recovery efforts, and it's a great cause there, and we really appreciate all those that have helped in that development, no doubt about it. College football news to report on. Ohio State will take on Clemson in the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl on December 31st in the 2-seed, 3-seed matchup in the college football playoff. Also, number 1 Alabama will take on number 4 Washington in the Peach Bowl, which will take place also on December 31st. That game will take place at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, followed by the Fiesta Bowl at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We only have a little over 3.5 weeks until the college football playoff gets underway. So it's going to be a fun season for sure, and we look forward to seeing how everything goes there. Last night, the Jimmy V Classic was held in New York City at Madison Square Garden as number 5 Duke defeated number 23 Florida. I believe it was 74-57. So a great win for the Duke Blue Devils. Their only loss this season is to number 3 Kansas. North Carolina is coming off a tough loss. They had a tough one last week against Indiana, and Indiana defeated them 66-58. So both Duke and North Carolina are 8-1 on the season. The ACC is going to be one of the most competitive conferences in the country this year in college basketball. It always is that way, and I look forward to seeing how that goes for sure. There will be a high school basketball tournament that will be taking place at UVA-Wise over the next few days. It's a girls basketball tournament, and I look forward to seeing how that goes. The Central Warriors lady basketball team is involved in that, so I wish them nothing but the best of luck, and all the other teams that are involved in it as well. It's a great showcase of local teams from Southwest Virginia, and it's going to be fun to see how that tournament plays out for sure, no doubt. And with that, that's going to do it for this edition of the ET Considers Everything podcast for Wednesday, December 7th, 2016. If y'all don't mind, like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and as always, I'll keep you posted on sports news as I get them across my tablet and I get them across the airwaves from the television. Go out and say thank you for all the veterans today on this Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day, the 75th anniversary of the Pearl Harbor attacks. I personally want to thank my great uncle Leonard, who was there during the Pearl Harbor attacks on December 7th, 1941. His sacrifices have helped me into the young man I am today, and he's no longer with us, but I want him to know that he is very instrumental to my military history, and I thank him so much for his sacrifices, not only for his country, but for his family as well. His family will always remember him for the man that he is. And with that, that's going to do it, everybody. Hope y'all have a great day. Later.